You're listening to the Talk of the Tribe, Wapsie Valley Warrior Podcast, brought to you by Little Wapsie Communications. Their state-of-the-art fiber network is complete in Fairbanks, ready to serve your home or business with the fastest internet in town. Orin Mutual Telephone Company. Serving the area since 1911, Orin Mutual is a modern, independently owned telephone company providing internet and telephone services to Orin, Iowa, and the surrounding rural area. RTC Communications. They are here to provide high-quality, superior service to you, the customer, by offering great customer service and the services you want and need to work and stay connected with family and friends. This is the Talk of the Tribe podcast, coming to you from the center of Warrior Country. Here are your hosts, Zach Favors and Riker Oberle.
Welcome to episode 8, Talk of the Tribe podcast. We are here at Wapsie Valley, and it's a new week, Monday morning. We're all tired. We're all tired from the weekend.
It's like 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, it's 6:45 in the morning we're recording this. That's probably how it's going to be for the greater majority of the episodes going forward, but
And it's 6:45 on Monday, August 28th. Probably won't get out till September, but I'm tired, dude.
Yeah, I am tired. We are all tired, but it was a very good weekend in the valley.
No kidding.
A lot of good things happened. I'll give you a rundown of kind of that going forward, but I want to talk about something first. And if you're hearing somebody new, yeah, Riker's here. Riker's back. Give it up for him. Woo! Kid decided to finally show up from his fantasy football draft.
Okay, that fantasy football team is the best that you'll ever see in the country. I showed it to Zach earlier, and he was in shock.
This kid's gonna get dead last.
No, I'm not.
He's gonna get dead last. We're all gonna laugh about it. We need a fantasy football kind of recap.
Segment?
Yeah, every week. We're just going to run through it. But anyway, yeah. So, if you didn't know, this kid was in Cedar Rapids in a fantasy football draft last week. Didn't show up for the pod. But you know what? I pushed through for us. Made sure it happened. Made sure we got it done. And it's going to be a good episode. But let's get right into it. So,
I want to jump into the Bondurant volleyball tournament.
All right, we're going to go to the Bondurant tournament. All right.
If Varsity Bound, the app, is not messing with me right now, the Warriors played Pella their first game in the tournament, and that was a loss to Pella in 2 sets. Let's see if I can find the here we go.
Line score here.
Seems to be very close. First set, Pella wins 21-17, as well as the second set, 23-21. So
yeah, so a good showing. I mean, it was close. I mean, Impella's a pretty good team up there, but I think it was really close. You can just look at the line score and tell that it was a back and forth battle.
Next, they played the Red Oak Tigers. That was a win for the Wapsie Valley Warriors in 2 sets. First set, 21-19, and then 21-13. So the first set was much closer than the second one.
Yeah, I think, at that point, you'd play a game already. It depends. I don't know how that tournament structure works, but they definitely seem tired.
Next, they played Wapsie Valley versus North Polk. That one went into 3 sets. Wapsie Valley came out with the victory, 2-1. First set, Wapsie Valley won 21-18. Second set, North Polk won 17-21. And third set, Wapsie Valley won 15-13, so that was another tight one.
I think, it was very close. I mean, obviously it went 2-1, so it wasn't like just a straight set, but
yeah,
good showing.
Next, we have Holy Trinity Catholic. I remember that.
Throwback,
Yeah.
2019. Yeah.
Shout out.
The rematch of the century.
I think back in 2019 we won. Well, it had to be 3 sets, so 3-0, but this we won 2-0, with Wapsie Valley winning.
Didn't we play them in the finals, though? Or who was that we played in the finals?
I don't know.
I bet you every volleyball player watching is just screaming at us right now, but no, I don't know. I can't remember. That was before the pandemic. And anything,
I was in, 4th grade.
Anything before the pandemic does not register as something that happened.
So, against Holy Trinity, first set Wapsie Valley won 17-21, and as well as the second set 16-21.
Yeah, I think it played well.
Heading into the last one here, right?
No, we got plenty more.
We have two more. Indianola, Wapsie Valley came out with the loss there in 2 sets. The first set, Wapsie Valley 12, Indianola 21. And the second set, Wapsie Valley 15, Indianola 21. So that was another one of those where
it's kind of like just a throwaway game right there. You just kind of gotta move past it.
This is our last game in that tournament. Wapsie Valley won 2-0 against North Tama. And the sets were 21-16 and 21-11. So
yeah, I think they definitely bounced back well. They definitely bounced back well. But overall, 4-2 records. So I think Shepard would be happy with that. But I definitely know he wants more out of that team going forward. They welcome in 0-1, or actually they are going to 0-1.
I believe so. Yes.
Tuesday night. We'll have.
Is that tomorrow?
That is tomorrow.
Goodness gracious.
This won't be up.
Out.
No, this will not be up by tomorrow. But
we play them on the 29th, and today's the 28th. Do you want to get into the, I mean, you played. You can get into your freshman game against Jesup.
I think we'll get into it. So, it's hard to talk about it, but I will say we definitely played well. I mean, you could tell by the score. If you're looking for results, the Wapsie Valley freshmen did win 46-6.
Yeah, it's a tight game.
Very close. But I definitely thought, and I think we all thought Jesup was going to be a little better than what they actually showed up being. And
maybe you thought you were going to be a little worse than what you were, but you guys absolutely
we didn't have the... I didn't think we were going to just get off right away and just start getting back to what we were last year as a team, but, I mean, it looked like we hadn't missed a beat. I mean, we were just running the ball well, we were passing well.
Special teams. I saw Landon Mold's story.
Oh, my gosh. This guy, we put him in at quarterback for, like, a play to run a 2-point conversion because Caleb Hogan was tired, so we put him in.
Hokie had a pick six.
Rolls out, throws it straight at the floor. Like, it went probably a yard and just fell into the turf. It was like, oh my gosh.
Don't underestimate that man because Landon Moles can do more things than you think. My guy can dunk a basketball right now.
He is ultra athletic, yet can't throw a football more than 2 yards. So
you also got a kick return for like 40 yards.
Yeah, but it got called back. Yeah, and Caleb with the pick six just looked like a pro. Jumped the route.
I saw when I came back from practice, I was walking down the parking lot, and I saw Wally Kaufman recover a fumble.
Yeah, Grayson Miller just destroyed their quarterback, and Wally just fell on it. But he honestly kind of could have picked it up and ran for a touchdown, but I think he didn't want to fumble it. So he
Shout out to Wally Kaufman.
Yeah, he just fell on it. But another guy, JJ Zeman, he was a terror on defense all day.
He's always a terror on defense.
Oh yeah, he's always played well, and I'm gonna give a little shout out to myself too. I think I played pretty well.
Yeah, good job, Zach.
Yeah.
You want to get into the varsity game?
Yeah. Okay. So Riker was on the call, and by the way, NFL Network, anyone at ESPN, hire this man as a play-by-play announcer. This man is the GOAT. But
I appreciate that.
We get back into it, and I will say, going into the game, I was really interested in this game because even though Jesup was awful last year, and I kind of regret saying that, they're a good team before even looking at Varsity Bound and seeing their record last year, but they brought almost everyone back. They graduated, I believe, 3 seniors last year. They brought almost everybody back. They were better coached. I think they played decently well, but Wapsie, even though with playing not the best offense, we fumbled at the 1-yard line on the first drive, which is something you never want to do, as well as defensively. I think our defense we were just holding it down. Even though we had a few issues tackling, they were kind of moving the ball, but when we needed to step up and be that good defense that everyone knows we are, we were able to do that. And even though we had played a a not too great half of football. We were up 6-0 at half, so you can't be mad about that. All you could do is say, all right, we need to figure out what we need to do, coach our guys better, make some adjustments to hopefully go out and score more. And like we said, 12-0, not the highest scoring of games, but the defense played like the defense should. They locked it down. The offense played good enough to where they could move the ball down the field, score, touchdown. I believe they went for two-point conversions.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
So we didn't get to see Tucker Latterberg kick any field goals.
Well, I think they tried, but I think it was a fumbled snap.
Oh, was it fumbles? Okay. So, yeah, they went for a point after try once and fumbled a snap. So, there you go.
We can get into the stats.
You have all the stats over there. I'm not going to.
Varsity Bound is being good to me today.
Usually I have it. I think I still have it pulled up. But.
So, for Wapsie Valley, Kanan Decker was 10 for 16 on the day, 97 yards, and...
How many yards do you have on the ground?
Ooh.
Because I bet you it's a lot.
See if we can...
They were running like QB draws every other play.
That's true. We'll go to here. Kanan Decker had 90... No. Is that 91 rushing yards?
Yeah, 91 rushing yards. Holy cow.
Passing yards, he had 32 yards.
Dang. That is something. It's like Lamar Jackson's stat line right there.
I did call him Lamar Jackson one time when he had that QB draw rush for like 30 yards.
Yeah, he was definitely a warrior out there. That man had, I don't know how many times he'd been hit. He looked like he wobbled back to the huddle a few times, but no matter what, he was out there. He was out there playing. It was like, God, is this kid ever going to get hurt? Like, he just looked like he just could not be hurt.
So, receiving, Ian Bazinski was our leading receiver with 2 receptions and 24 yards.
So, we didn't pass the ball much, but...
Well, 3 for 6, I think that says.
Yeah, so... It was... You sure that's right? 3 for 6? You went through 6 passes?
I mean, the recap and the stats say different things.
Dang, that is something.
For passing, yeah. Passing.
I'm surprised.
I
thought he threw a lot more than that.
3 for 6, I believe that is. That was Treptow that went 10 for 16.
Treptow. Yeah. By the way, Jesup played pretty good. They played a good football game. I believe Wapsie didn't play as well as they probably wanted to, or as well as they should have. But I mean, it was enough to get a win, so that's all you could really ask for. But
the quarterback, Ryan Treptow, he's only a junior. He was their leading passer, obviously, and then their leading rusher. I'm surprised Wyatt Vanderwerf wasn't up there, but he's the leading for receiving.
Well, yeah, they ran like that fullback dive or whatever, like 3 plays in a row. I mean, Wapsie showed a 3-man front, so you want to just pound it up that kind of hole there. So you want to get more rushing yards per play. So I mean. There isn't a whole lot to talk about because it wasn't a barn burner, but Trayton Sauerbrei obviously 118 yards on the ground,
which is nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy, but overall a good showing from Wapsie Valley football.
For sure. Want to get into our first segment real fast. It's going to be the real staple here in the Talk of the Tribe podcast. My personal favorite segment, ladies and gentlemen, screen time.
We're going to get into this right away. I think we should do that at the end.
You think so?
You want to do it right away?
I want to do it right away.
All right, here we go.
You don't sound excited for this.
No, I don't. This is not going to end well. Famous last word, by the way.
Today, I already have 37 minutes. This could end bad for tomorrow.
Let's go.
What are you at?
2 hours and 31 minutes.
Oh, dude, you
all-time low.
I thought you were gonna be bad.
All-time high, all-time low, baby.
I'm at 9 hours and 22 minutes with 8 hours and 7 minutes being on YouTube.
Woo! I win. We're back in the win column, baby.
I'm gonna start doing some math here because this is something that I've kind of caught my eye real fast. How many kills did Taylor Brewer actually get in the whole tournament?
21.
You think so? I'm getting my calculator out here. And Pella says he had 5. then against Red Oak.
You could probably just look at the recap of her season. They've only played one tournament, dude.
Well, will it give me that option?
Yeah, just go to the season stats, dude.
Alright. It says staff. Okay. Oh. I thought that said kills, and Avery Jones had 94.
Oh my gosh!
But that's assists.
Oh jeez.
Taylor Boer 41 kills.
That is crazy.
That's nuts.
Over just a weekend?
I
Can't be right. No.
If that's over the
If
weekend,
that is so,
shout out
look,
to Taylor Boer.
the two freshmen that we have, Ellen Moran and Taylor Snyder, what a showing! 34 and 20.
Nice.
That is insane. But yeah, they only have the 4-2 record, so this is over the weekend.
Shout out to those three.
That is insane. That is crazy. The one thing that we asked Anna is like, how do you block that? Like it looks impossible from our view of just seeing it. We could barely even see the ball go by. It's going so fast, and yet it gets blocked. I mean, Taylor got blocked at least. She got blocked at least 5 times in the scrimmage. I think it was probably more than that, but that is just crazy.
Also, shout out to Peyton Curley, had 40 digs.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's in just 6 games. That's very, very good.
Yeah. Alrighty, so we haven't done this in a while, but we're gonna get back into our scenarios. We're 8 episodes in.
Have we found any other scenarios besides our 3 that we have right
I
now?
don't think so. No, I don't think so. But I think
Here, I need to ask you this because I saw a TikTok this morning. Like this morning while I was like 4 minutes while I was awake. Dude, what is in my throat right now? Because I need to cough, but like I can't cough.
All right, we'll give a minute here. But
Goodness gracious.
if you listen back to episode 1,
I'm good.
are you good now?
I'm
All right.
good.
You want to continue?
Okay, so I saw a TikTok this morning. It was Dasani or Aquafina, and I was the one to go into the comments and start arguing with everybody else.
Yeah, you have a favorite water brand?
It's so obvious it's Aquafina.
Bro's got a favorite water brand.
I'm sorry, but
As a
Dasani
fan-
tastes like
as-
straight caffeine.
As a fan of the Iowa Hawkeyes, I will say Dasani.
Just because they're sponsored?
Yep. That is all I care. You can fight me. I'm not, no.
I think I'm gonna be good. Well, here's the thing. I only like Aquafina because they like.
We're really getting into water brands. No, we're not doing this. We're switching. No.
Shout out to Fiji Water.
Alrighty. Moving on from the water brand wars here. If you listen back to, I believe it was episode 6, Anna Curley with the scenario queen over here picked a fully stocked cruise ship. This is just
A Disney cruise ship, not just one that you get on.
not Royal Caribbean, just a Disney cruise ship, fully stocked, and we had no choice but to say whatever.
We need to expand the
We
rules.
need to make rules to the game that we didn't think we needed to make rules to.
You have a $50 budget now.
No, well, okay, well, it just can't be anything outrageous like that. That is way too far.
I think I brought Kool-Aid, like Flint and Steel, and I think what else did I bring? Like a few, like a tent, I think.
Yeah.
Like
You had
Kool-Aid,
the-
Flint and Steel, and
and
a
the
tent.
thing
She's
is-
bringing a whole yacht that doesn't even need those because it got like fireplaces.
The thing is, we need to give a rundown of kind of that whole episode because that was chaos towards the back half. And it was just like, we were laughing so hard towards the end that we just could not finish
Had to
it
turn
out.
our volume down.
Yeah, I was sitting here turning the volume down because we were laughing so hard. But we did finally figure out our mic issues for the most part. We've been using an old headset.
Let's just imagine that we're not being super loud or super quiet while they're listening to this right now. As we're saying, yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah, if we're super quiet, then we got some issues because I have everything turned up.
Go on
to
to your
the
TV
max.
and turn it up to 100.
Yeah, but we had used an old headset since like the first episode. I think the first episode Blake was using a hardwired mic, but the second episode I was using the old headset, and then like every guest that we had brought on, including Jalen May, who had used the bad headset, which was in hindsight a really bad idea, but we have a new mic that we are going to be using for our guests. It's a blue snowball mic. It's just hold on.
You got this.
I was thinking for a second. Like a. Would you stop? I can't think right now. It's too early. I'm tired.
Something that you would use for like regular recording.
Yeah, it's like a surround sound mic. We'll put it that way. It could take sound from kind of all 360 degrees around it. So that'll be a new mic that we're using for guests.
Zach Riker, why don't you just use the snowball mic for all of your podcasts, for all of you? Well, we just feel more professional using these headsets.
Yeah, we want to feel more professional, and we want to actually be more professional, and this probably produces better sound than the blue snowball mic. So
my guess is absolutely.
Yeah. But you got anything else? You thinking about anything else?
Well,
you're usually the segment guy, besides the last segment, which we'll get into later. But
are you talking about like the big segment that we're gonna get into? I gotcha. So what are the other segments that we have? We have story time, we have scenario, we have screen time, we have
trivia. We don't have that. It's when we usually have guests. And I think I did a little trivia with Austin Shepard. That was a good episode too. But
he would be the one to know like literally everything.
Everything. It's like his brain is just a storage.
How many kills did Taylor Brewer have? 41.
Yeah, just automatically, just like that. It's just perfect.
I think that we need to give a shout out to our volleyball team because 4-2 was like awesome for a tournament, and that the stats show it that they played really well.
Well, yeah, and they're in Class 2A, so
yep.
They've been in Class 2A for a little bit now, but with the team that we graduated last year and the team that we have now, like we are in a good position.
Yep.
I think us two especially thought coming in that this was going to be a shaky kind of year,
young team,
an up and down kind of year, but they are very young, but they are very experienced.
Yep.
Like we said, Taylor Brewer's only a sophomore. She plays like she's a senior, but there's just a lot of other people, and we've got good senior leadership. Anna Curley, Callie Franzen. They're going to be good leaders to this team, and they're going to really kind of get them that experience that they need, especially the freshmen, Ella Moran and Taylor Schneider.
Uh-huh.
They are definitely going to learn a lot from them because they kind of play the positions that they kind of do. So it's going to be interesting to see how this team progresses over the season, how they get better, because if they're looking this good right now, they're going to be a lot better come postseason.
Yeah.
And that's going to be fun to watch.
Yep. We talked a lot about like kills, and that's what is flashy, and that's something that gets you the recognition. But something that we haven't talked about much is defense and blocks. And I'm looking at our defensive stats right now, and it's awesome. We have Anna Curley with 7 blocks.
That is crazy.
Avery Jones had 1. Kylie Moltz had 1. Taylor Brewer had 3. She's the second in the block stat. And then Ella Moran and Taylor Schneider both had 2. So,
again, good defense.
Yeah.
They're doing the things they need to do to be a good team. They play they're balanced, they play good offense, they play good defense. I think the offense is kind of what shines above the rest. Because of all the flashy plays like you said, but defense is just as important. Because can't win if you can't score. So,
well, here's the thing. It's very entertaining watching Taylor Brewer fly 100 feet into the sky before she hits a ball like 100 miles per hour. So, I mean, that's entertaining, but something that people don't really recognize as defense.
Yeah, defense is, like we said, just as important as offense.
For sure. If we're almost gonna start wrapping up this podcast, I believe that we should get into our last and final segment.
Alrighty, so
it's
the segment that everyone's been waiting for. It is the Talk of the Tribe Athlete of the Week. Woo!
We have to get some honorable mentions. I think we have 3, I believe.
We might have more. I think
It
we
was
have more.
it was a good weekend for
Yeah,
Wapsie Valley sports.
So our honorable mentions for football-wise, I'll let you do the volleyball side because I think you know them. But football-wise, Jake Shore and Kanan
Tough
Decker.
kids.
Yeah, I think Jake Shore played phenomenal in defense.
Always disrupting everything.
And just Kanan Decker with the resiliency that kid had just to continue to get back in the huddle every play is just phenomenal.
And we're going to run over to not softball. What am I talking about?
Softball.
Got volleyball over here. Obviously, Taylor Boer, 41 spikes in the matter of 6 games. And then I think the other one's going to go to Ella Moran with 34 spikes in two blocks.
Yeah, I think if you want to throw in a last one, Anna Curley's 7 blocks is just crazy. But
we're going to get into the talk of the tribe. Athlete of the week. I'm going to pull up the stats here because it is absolutely
I will say
crazy.
If you do follow Ben Hogan on Snapchat, it was on his story yesterday of who the final nominees were. And if we listed the 2 honorable mentions that we did, you would know who the Talk of the Tribe Athlete of the Week is, and it is Wapsie Valley running back Trayton Sauerbrei.
With the final of 118 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he had was it a 54-yard rushing touchdown?
Sounds right, yeah.
Something like that. I mean, that was just crazy to watch, and I think
got one from the Wildcat too.
Yeah, from the Wildcat. Yeah, for the one play that Kane Decker was on the sideline with the cramp. I mean, by the way, cramp alert last Friday. It was so hot to play.
It's hot week 1. You can kind of expect that.
Yeah, it's just too hot to play football.
Dude, outside's beautiful right now. I don't even know what's the temperature. It's like
weather guys here. Insert weather alert.
55 degrees yesterday or last week. It was like 155.
It was 150 with heat index of 200. Yeah. But Trayton Sauerbrei just phenomenal. I mean, he had the interception. He had the interception that sealed the game.
Yep.
I would say Jake Shore was right up there with him, and so was Kanan Decker. They were the 2 guys that were just right there with him because they played great. And I don't know, I want to give it to a freshman so bad, but it's I can't. It doesn't. The freshman games don't mean as much as the varsity. So.
Zach Bavers blocked 14 people.
No. It would definitely not be me if we were to pick. It would definitely be probably either Caleb Hogan or, probably just Caleb Hogan. He did everything. That guy, he ran for yards, he passed for yards, he had a pick 6.
My guy calls me every single weekend, hey, you want to go down to the park and play catch? I was like, dude, I will if you don't call me tomorrow.
Yeah, every day. He's working on his craft, which is just good to see because he's a good quarterback.
He's a great kid, probably one of the best kids that you ever talked to. He's entertaining.
Loves sports.
To say the least, yeah.
But, we kind of want to talk about all this other stuff, and if you want to know, we do have another podcast that is in the works right now.
Shout out Caleb Hogan. What did I just say?
I don't know.
Shout out Caleb Hogan.
Yeah, we do have another podcast that's in the works for us, me and Riker. We want to do a podcast where we can talk about kind of whatever, because we're kind of limited to the Wapsie Valley umbrella here in the Talk of the Tribe podcast. But, and there's also, we want to give a shout out to Bubba Seaman. He has his own podcast on Spotify now. It's the What Is Up podcast. Go give that a listen when you can. I think he just put his promo up yesterday. Nice. First episode's coming soon from him. It's a great podcast. Talk about kind of everything that's going on with him and the people that he brings on. So it's good to see.
The last thing here, I believe the last topic, it's not even Wapsie Valley related, but NFL preseason's over. The next up, we have the regular season.
Yeah, week 1's next week.
I think it's Thursday it's the Chiefs and the Lions. That's not this week, but next week.
Yeah, they start on Sunday.
Yep.
So, we're getting into it. Football season started.
Yep.
It's a great time to be alive. We got a lot of sports recaps coming your way. We do have a non-sports related episode That's going to be happening here in
Maybe a few episodes. I would assume.
well, yeah, it'll depend on when we kind of want to figure that out. But if
I
you guys want to try and guess who it is,
I'll
be
talk
our
to her in
guest.
homeroom. Wink, wink.
Yeah, be our guest because we'll see what's happening. But that's not decided yet.
Yeah.
One last shout out for us, Colin Bergman.
We
This
love you,
man
Colin.
stepped up right away. Stepped up on a short's notice. Austin Jeans was supposed to be doing the football broadcast with Riker this year. That did not work out. Colin stepped up, so I didn't have to do it.
Well, you were playing in the band.
I didn't want to do it. I shouldn't say it. I shouldn't say I didn't want to do it. I wanted to do it, but I was playing IC football, and then I'd go play in the band, and then I wouldn't have been able to jump on to the second half. So Colin being able to step up and step in was phenomenal, and he did really good. He did a really good job. So just an amazing job from him. But
if you have like an hour and a half to spare, go listen to me and Colin on
that.
That
is great. I am so excited for Friday. I guess we never got into week 2. We're just gonna get into week 2 right now. We're gonna run it week 2 before we
How
jump
many
off the
times
air.
have we tried to end the podcast in the last 10 minutes?
This is it. We're gonna talk about week
Last
2.
one. I'm determined.
Week 2. All right. So week 2 we play Denver at Denver. The good old crosstown rivalry. If I could say it right.
Make sure you be there. Make sure you be there.
That is going to be a phenomenal game. Denver beat Wapsie last year, I believe. So we're kind of looking forward for.
I'll admit I'm not gonna be there.
What?
I'm not gonna be.
We
there.
have to broadcast that, Riker.
No, well, I think Mr. Bergman shut it down. I don't think we're doing.
We're not going.
I don't think we're going to away games, but unfortunately, for any of you guys that are looking forward to that.
So you're not even gonna be there?
No, you don't want to know where I'm going though. Can you guess?
You going back down to Cedar Rapids for another fantasy football draft?
No, I'm going to Waterloo for another fantasy football draft.
God.
Okay, this is my.
I can't get this
is my
kid to
one.
stay here. No, you're done talking. You're done talking. You're not talking for the rest of the episode.
Forbidden.
Forbidden. It's illegal. But I believe cross country runs tomorrow as well. Varsity cross country will run tomorrow at Oline. So we'll give a shout out to them. They're going to be starting their season as well. I'm trying to find the football here. Here we go. Alrighty. So Denver did win. It is
1-0 versus 1-0.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to look at Denver here. Denver, it is senior night for Denver.
It's ruining the night, boys.
That is not no. God, can I find Denver, please? I just want to look at stats, please. Varsity Bound. Let me just look at stats. Okay. Last week, their quarterback, Jackson Sanderson, he's a senior, went 4 for 9 with 38 yards, a 44% completion percentage, with 1 touchdown, no picks, for a passer rating of 79.9, so an 80 passer rating.
It's going to be a good game.
Their starting running back, Makai Grayer, he's a senior, 23 carries for 111 yards, which is about 4.8 yards a carry. He had 2 touchdowns with a long of 2 yards for a touchdown. So
here we go.
And then receiving obviously there's only 38 yards total, so not a whole lot to go around there. But they did have some good receivers. Only 4 receptions total, as we said earlier. They did not record any sacks. They had 17 solo tackles, 35 tackles total, and 2 tackles for loss.
Look at you being the stat man. Look at you go.
They had 2 interceptions, picked off twice, and they did have a kick return of 71 yards. Holy cow! Wow, that is crazy. Yeah, that's about all from them.
Who did they play?
Let me look quick. Alrighty here.
By the way, for my fantasy team that Zach keeps trying to yell at me for, my running backs are Nick Chubb and Josh Jacobs, so I'm definitely winning. Just to inform you guys.
I don't know why it's not. Oh no, this is weird. Why does it not? Okay, they beat New Hampton. There we go. We finally found it. They beat New Hampton 42-14. So I think last year. Let me see if I can find them from last year.
I think Zach's fighting the Varsity Bound app right now.
Last year, Denver did beat Wapsie Valley 25-20, and that was at Wapsie Valley High School. So Wapsie's looking to flip the script on that one. But Denver did finish at 6-2. Sorry,
Yep.
Finished the season at 6-2. Their only two losses came to Applington Parkersburg, where they got beat 21-0, and Sumner Fredericksburg, which they got beat 12-7. They did lose in the first round of the playoffs against Columbus Catholic 14-7. So Denver kind of they played well last year, and they got knocked out in the first round, so they're looking to make it further this year. But Wapsie's definitely trying to put a stop to that in week 2. So we'll definitely see how it goes. As we said, Coach Foster said the line is a little undersized, and I think that kind of showed in that game. We did have some blocks that just didn't go our way. Could have had some big runs, but we just kind of lit up our blocks, and I know it's something we'll be working on in practice too. But I think the one thing that we're going to be working on in practice a lot is tackling. I think maybe it's just the start of the season. Usually that's kind of how it works. Start of the season, usually your tackling's not very well. You're not very good at it, but tackling something that definitely needs to be worked on, needs to be addressed. I think that was something that I saw from watching on the sidelines. I think, and even in our game, the freshman game, tackling needs to be addressed. But I don't know about you. What did you see?
Well, I saw from up in my press box view, I saw a lot of Trayton Sauerbrei finding the holes that, when they run, whatever it may be, he improvises, finds, other holes that happen to be there, and just cuts it in them and gets 4 yards, 5 yards each time.
Yeah, and it's that you don't need to have the big 20-yard runs every play. You can have 3, 4, 5-yard runs every play and still be a productive offense, because as long as you're getting 4 or 5 yards every run, it's only going to take you 3 downs to get a first down.
Yep.
So if you can continuously get that every play, you're going to be very productive on offense. So
I think that's it.
I think that's all we have. So
For real this time.
Yeah, for real this time. We'll do it for real this time. Until next time, go Warriors.